Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies were glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good morning. You're watching Queen's PBS. Thank you for joining us as we would like to begin to start our broadcast day, and we invite you to watch our variety of educational and cultural programming today and every day from 6 a.m. to 12 o'clock midnight. Queen's PBS is a non-profit educational public media organization affiliated by the member of the Public Broadcasting Service in the United States of America, serving the residents of the borough of Queens, New York, created to provide New York with an alternative in television viewing. We broadcast a variety of national and local programming, and it's also a viewer-supported service of St. John's University Queens campus. Our studio transmitter link and offices are located at 8000 Utopia Parkway, Jamaica, New York 11439, and provides public broadcasting for the people of Queens. QPP's mission is to serve more than 656,000 residents in Astoria, Denmark Steinway, Jackson Heights, Woodside, Sunnyside, Long Island City, Elmhurst, Corona, Regal Park, Middle Village, Forest Hills, Ridgewood, Glendale, Richmond Hill, Woodhaven, Ozone Park, South Ozone Park, Whitestone, College Point, Flushing, Murray Hill, Bayside, Jamaica, St. Albans, South Jamaica, Lorton, and other surrounding areas. Tonight marks the last time these words will be heard on Queen's Public Broadcasting. It's the end of an era, the era of analog television broadcasting. From this point forward, the sun will never set on our signal. Queen's PBS invites you to enjoy its new broadcasting service, including HD programming and 7 additional digital television channels: QPP.1, QPP.2, QPP.3, QPP.4, QPP.5, QPP.6, and QPP.7, and will broadcast digitally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in 7 different streams of programming. Queen's PBS was owned and operated by the Educational Broadcasting Corporation, assigned to New York and serving the tri-state metropolitan area. Queen's PBS operates and stereo its digital signal on UHF digital television channels and stations for the frequency of 524 to 530 MHz, and with an effective radio video power of 302 megawatts visual and 602 kilowatts aural, as authorized to broadcast by the Federal Communications Commission, and its non-commercial member-supported public television station committed to quality alternatives in television programming, and our statewide broadcast facilities comprise the following transmitter sites with 61 PBS stations: WYJA in Astoria, with translators in Astoria Heights, Denmark, Steinway, Little Egypt, and Jackson Heights. WYJB in Long Island City, with translators in Blissville, Hunters Point, Dutch Kills, Queensbridge, Queensview, Queens West, and Ravenswood. WYJC in Sunnyside, with translators in Sunnyside Gardens. WYJD in Bayside, with translators in Bay Terrace, Bayside Hills, Fort Toddard, and Oakland Gardens. WYJE in Bellerose, WYJF in College Point, WYJG in Douglaston, with translators in Douglas Bay, Douglas Manor, Douglaston Hill, and Winchester Estates. WYJH in Flushing, WYJI in Pomona, WYJJ in Floral Park, WYJK in Fresh Meadows, with translators in Flushing, Auburndale, Broadway Flushing, Bonan Park, Chinatown, Downtown Flushing, Kew Gardens Hills, Koreatown, Linden Hill, Murray Hill, Willits Point, Pomona, Elecchester, Queensboro Hill, Floral Park, Hillcrest, and Utopia. WYJL in Fort Toddard, WYJM in Glen Oaks, with translators in North Shore Towers. WYJN in Little Neck, with translators in Pines, Little Neck Hills, and Westmoreland. WYJO in Whitestone, with translators in Beechhurst, Clearview, and Malba. WYJP in Corona, with translators in Lafayette City and North Corona. WYJQ in East Elmhurst, WYJR in Elmhurst, WYJS in Forest Hills, with translators in Forest Hills Gardens, WYJT in Fresh Pond, WYJU in Glendale, with translators in Portmore, Mandeville, Negril, Maypen, Savannah Lamar, and Old Harbor. WYJV in Jackson Heights, WYJW in Kew Gardens, with translators in Briarwood, WYJX in Maspeth, WYJY in Middleville, WYJZ in Regal Park, WYKA in Ridgewood, with translators in Wyckoff Heights, WYKB in Woodside, WYKC in Bel Air, WYKD in Brookville, WYKE in Cambria Heights, WYKF in Hollis, WYKG in Hollis, with translators in Holliswood, WYKH in Jamaica, with translators in Jamaica Estates and Jamaica Hills, WYKI in Laurelton, WYKJ in Meadowmere, WYKK in Queens Village, WYKL in Rochdale Village, WYKM in Rochdale, WYKN in St. Albans, WYKO in South Jamaica, WYKP in Springfield Gardens, WYKQ in Warnerville, WYKR in The Hole, WYKS in Howard Beach, with translators in Hamilton Beach, Howard Park, Lindenwood, Old Howard Beach, Ramblersville, and Rockwood Park, WYKT in Ozone Park, with translators in South Ozone Park and Tudor Village, WYKU in Richmond Hill, WYKV in Woodhaven, WYKW in Arverney, WYKX in Bayswater, WYKY in Bella Harbor, WYKZ in Breezy Point, WYLA in Broad Channel, WYLB in Edgemere, WYLC in Far Rockaway, WYLD in Hamels, WYLE in Neposset, WYLF in Rockaway Beach, WYLG in Rockaway Park, WYLH in Roxbury, and WYLI in Seaside. Evening sign-offs and morning sign-ons were a feature of the television landscape for decades. Stations were required by the FCC to provide certain technical information, but many chose to close their broadcast day with scenic views of the coverage area or the playing of the national anthem. At the conclusion of the sign-off, viewers became familiar with a variety of test patterns and color bars. From its black and white inception in 1967, change has been a constant at QPB. As the analog age ends, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our viewers, our members, and our staff for their commitment to quality public television. On the web and with 7 programming streams, we look forward to continuing to serve the Queens Public Communications Corporation in the digital age. For more information about our schedules, station identifications, program breaks without commercials, promos, bumpers, and other activities, go to our website at www.qpb.org/stjohns.edu. If you would like to comment to our programming or have any questions, please call us at 1-718-990-2000 or write to our email address comments@qpb.org/stjohns.edu. Thank you for tuning in this morning, and thank you for watching Queens PBS. We'll now start our analog broadcast day, and have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say goodnight. At this time, this concludes the analog transmission broadcast day of Queens PBS. We hope that you've enjoyed our programming this evening. Queens PBS is a non-profit educational public media organization affiliated by the member of the Public Broadcasting Service in the United States of America, serving the residents of the borough of Queens, New York, created to provide New York with an alternative in television viewing. We broadcast a variety of national and local programming, and it's also a viewer-supported service of St. John's University Queens campus. Our studio transmitter link and offices are located at 8000 Utopia Parkway, Jamaica, New York 11439, and provides public broadcasting for the people of Queens. QPP's mission is to serve more than 656,000 residents in Astoria, Denmark Steinway, Jackson Heights, Woodside, Sunnyside, Long Island City, Elmhurst, Corona, Regal Park, Middle Village, Forest Hills, Ridgewood, Glendale, Richmond Hill, Woodhaven, Ozone Park, South Ozone Park, Whitestone, College Point, Flushing, Murray Hill, Bayside, Jamaica, St. Albans, South Jamaica, Lorton, and other surrounding areas. Tonight marks the last time these words will be heard on Queens Public Broadcasting. It's the end of an era, the era of analog television broadcasting. From this point forward, the sun will never set on our signal. Queens PBS invites you to enjoy its new broadcasting service, including HD programming and 7 additional digital television channels: QPP.1, QPP.2, QPP.3, QPP.4, QPP.5, QPP.6, and QPB.7. and will broadcast digitally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in 7 different streams of programming. Queens PBS was owned and operated by the Educational Broadcasting Corporation, assigned to New York and serving the tri-state metropolitan area. Queens PBS operates and stereo its digital signal on UHF digital television channels and stations for the frequency of 524 to 530 megahertz, and with an effective radio video power of 302 megawatts visual and 602 kilowatts aural, as authorized. broadcast by the Federal Communications Commission and its non-commercial member-supported public television station committed to quality alternatives in television programming, and our statewide broadcast facilities comprise the following transmitter sites with 61 PBS stations. WYJA in Astoria, with translators in Astoria Heights, Denmar's, Steinway, Little Egypt, and Jackson Heights. WYJB in Long Island City, with translators in Blissville, Hunters Point, Dutch Kills, Queens Bridge, Queensview, Queens West, and Ravenswood. WYJC in Sunnyside, with translators in Sunnyside Gardens. WYJD in Bayside, with translators in Bay Terrace, Bayside Hills, Fort Lauderdale, and Oakland Gardens. WYJE in Bellerose, WYJF in College Point, WYJG in Douglaston, with translators in Douglas Bay, Douglas Manor, Douglaston Hill, and Winchester Estates. WYJH in Flushing, WYJI in Pomanoke, WYJJ in Floral Park, WYJK in Fresh Meadows, with translators in Flushing, Auburndale, Broadway Flushing, Bona Park, Chinatown, Downtown Flushing, Kew Gardens Hills, Koreatown, Linden Hill, Murray Hill, Willits Point, Pomanoke, Elecchester, Queensboro Hill, Floral Park, Hillcrest, and Utopia. WYJL in Fort Lauderdale, WYJM in Glen Oaks, with translators in North Shore Towers. WYJN in Little Neck, with translators in Pines, Little Neck Hills, and Westmoreland. WYJO in Whitestone, with translators in Beechhurst, Clearview, and Malba. WYJP in Corona, with translators in Lafayette City and North Corona. WYJQ in East Elmhurst. WYJR in Elmhurst. WYJS in Forest Hills, with translators in Forest Hills Gardens. WYJT in Fresh Pond. WYJU in Glendale, with translators in Portmore, Mandeville, Negril, Maypen, Savannah Lamar, and Old Harbor. WYJV in Jackson Heights. WYJW in Kew Gardens, with translators in Briarwood. WYJX in Maspeth, WYJY in Middleville, WYJZ in Regal Park, WYKA in Ridgewood, with translators in Wyckoff Heights, WYKB in Woodside, WYKC in Bel Air, WYKD in Brookville, WYKE in Cambria Heights, WYKF in Hollis, WYKG in Hollis, with translators in Holliswood, WYKH in Jamaica, with translators in Jamaica Estates and Jamaica Hills, WYKI in Laurelton, WYKJ in Meadowmere, WYKK in Queens Village, WYKL in Rochdale Village, WYKM in Rochdale, WYKN in St. Albans, WYKO in South Jamaica, WYKP in Springfield Gardens, WYKQ in Warnerville, WYKR in The Hole, WYKS in Howard Beach, with translators in Hamilton Beach, Howard Park, Lindenwood, Old Howard Beach, Ramblersville, and Rockwood Park. WYKT in Ozone Park, with translators in South Ozone Park and Tudor Village. WYKU in Richmond Hill, WYKV in Woodhaven, WYKW in Arverney, WYKX in Bayswater, WYKY in Bella Harbor, WYKZ in Breezy Point, WYLA in Broad Channel, WYLB in Edgemere, WYLC in Far Rockaway, WYLD in Hamels, WYLE in Napusset, WYLF in Rockaway Beach, WYLG in Rockaway Park, WYLH in Roxbury, and WYLI in Seaside. Evening sign-offs and morning sign-ons were a feature of the television landscape for decades. Stations were required by the FCC to provide certain technical information, but many chose to close their broadcast day with scenic views of the coverage area or the playing of the national anthem. At the conclusion of the sign-off, viewers became familiar with a variety of test patterns and color bars. From its black and white inception in 1967, change has been a constant at QPB. As the analog age ends, we would like to take this opportunity to thank our viewers, our members, and our staff for their commitment to quality public television. On the web and with 7 programming streams, we look forward to continuing to serve the Queens Public Communications Corporation in the digital age. For more information about our schedules, station identifications, program breaks without commercials, promos, bumpers, and other activities, go to our website at www.qpb.org/stjohns.edu. If you would like to comment to our programming or have any questions, please call us at 1-718-990-2000 or write to our email address comments@qpb.org/stjohns.edu. And now, for the last time in analog, we wish all of you a very pleasant evening. Thank you for watching Queens Public Broadcasting. We now conclude our broadcast day. Good night. And now, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.